Greetings, Ken folks. Welcome back. I'm back. It is good to be back. Ah, in your presence. And today I wanted to talk about balancing our lifestyles in a new paradigm. And I say this is because we're constantly shifting and changing. And for those who are aware, my kin folks who can relate, we have shifted. And if you realize that there is a shift, and there are others that are realizing the shift, but trying to figure out how to go about living in this new paradigm shift. So I kind of got confused with that myself at one point and was trying to figure out what is going on. I do feel there's a shift. I do see even the mindsets of people are changing. And it is causing some confusion. And some people are becoming aware of these changes and shifts, that it's not like it used to be. So I want to come forward with what I do know from my experiences and some research that has helped me get a grip on my life. Because what I'm also realizing, we are going through many shifts and changes every day. Whereas before, for those who can feel me, it was like, yeah, it's so different than before. Whereas you could get up the next day and kind of continue on from the day before. Whereas it just seems like now, every day is not the same. Every week is not the same. Or however it works for you. You may see it daily. You may see it weekly. You may see it every 3 days. You may see it monthly. You're probably noticing it every 3 months, or however you're experiencing these shifts and changes in your life. And basically these shifts and changes are almost as if you're being sped up for something, prepared for something, or to realize something, or to acknowledge something that has to be changed in your life. So I hope this video do you some good. And what I would like you to do, if you find the information in this video, I want you to like it. Be sincere about liking it, because I know at the beginning of some of these people's videos, they say, like, share, subscribe. And I may not even like it. I'm not going to just like it. Let me watch it and observe and see if this is something I like. Also subscribe, because I really want to bring you some life-changing information, or life changes information, or just information that you can utilize daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or however you need it, annually. So again, I have my notes here. So if you see me look down, it's because I'm referencing my notes. So what I want to speak about first is being authentic. With these shifts, I am beginning to realize that I am tired of people BS. I'm seeing more and more through the manipulation. I'm seeing more and more through the hidden cores, or the hidden lines I'm seeing between the lines. I'm beginning to really see who people are for me. I am tired of wearing this mask to fit in. Because sometimes, even though I am 50, I still find sometimes bad habits of trying to fit in still will come up and rise. And I say this because I'm experiencing some things within my family. And in the past, in the era that I grew up in, people were very judgmental. And they don't even know the full story. They're only looking from the outside in and judge me. So now I have to carry on with my life, and I have to think about me first, my health first. I can't think about how is it affecting the other person, even though I do consider them, but I got to consider me first. And like I said, I do consider, because I think about how is this affecting them? But then I go back and think, if I do something that's good for me, but it might affect someone in my family or someone around me negatively, then maybe there might need to be some letting go and some separation and detachment. It is time for me to detach from that. Yeah, you might be family. You might be someone who has been in my life, but at this point, we have come to a fork in the road and it's time to separate. It doesn't mean I don't love you. And I realize that. This is not meaning, Anita, I don't love you, but I gotta love me first. So I have come to realize by being my authentic self, I have to accept loving myself first. I have to really realize about my past, all of those people, whether family, friends, relationships, that I told them I love them. And in that loving them, I was giving more of myself and not receiving. So now, if I truly, when it says about tapping into your authenticity, it also means letting go of unwanted things, people, and places. People, places, and things. And it's okay. Yeah, you might feel a little awkward and confused in the beginning. And I hope I am speaking to someone who can relate, who might be experiencing some confusion right now. And at the same time, you're feeling guilt because you might think this is family. What's going to happen to them? Think on it like this. And this is going to help me as well, because I have to keep saying this to myself, because sometimes when you're changing, sometimes you revert back to feeling guilty, confused. So I'm speaking on this because I know this is something that I have to change, because I am really tired. I can't keep taking on the stress and pressure. It is not like how our ancestors who were here before us that we grew up around. But when you watch things that they went through that you're not willing to take on, think about how it affected them in the result of the situation. So I had to do that. I went back. There was a similar situation within my family. They have passed on. But those memories linger, because it's like, okay, I see myself in this situation. I find myself trying to hold on to a family member. I also realize it's not doing me nor that person no good. And even though they might need help, they don't really care for me like that. They're just utilizing me because I keep opening my arms to help them. And notice I said it's a family member. So you can have a family member, a husband or wife, a child who has gotten up in age, who realize how they can take advantage of your love. You may have a family member you think love you just as much as you love them, and it's not always that case. As I've said before in my videos, we come through our family, not to them. We may not always find a connection with everyone in our family, and that's okay. We're here as spirit beings first, whether you believe it or not. If you haven't experienced what being a spirit being is, it's because you don't remember that part of your process when becoming a human being. So in situations when it comes to family, friends, husbands, children, what have you, you have to love yourself first and let go and be true to yourself, which is being authentic. Taking the mask off and stop trying to fit in, putting on a mask just to be a part of the crew. And who cares? People reject you and object you because you don't fit their criteria. Their meaning them personally. They're judging you based on things they wouldn't do, or their culture, lifestyle, race, or what have you. So enough of that. When you accept you, you will attract, even though you will still attract those things that you do not want in your life, because you're still going to be tested throughout your life to see if you have really let that go. But you're going to attract more of people, places, and things that fall into balancement with you, depending on your thought processes, your emotions, because if you're thinking and feeling negative, you're going to attract those things, those people, those places. So what we have to do is clear our mind of guilt, clear our hearts of feeling so much compassion and love for them that we forget to love ourselves. We have to stop and think about before we make our decisions. Because sometimes when we find ourselves in certain predicaments, you never blame the next person, never blame the next thing or place. Consider the decisions you made. Okay? So, in order with becoming more balanced with your life and your authentic self, then with that authentic self, as I said earlier, you're tapping into who you truly are, a spirit being. I didn't say religious being because there are many religions. And as there are many humans, there are many spirit beings. And these spirit beings are all connected to one source. So we all as spirit beings are a portion of one source. That one source is having many experiences through many human beings, which attach that spirit being to that one source. So, which also connects us to the heavens, to the mental reservoir. This is why sometimes you experience telepathy or other qualities of the spirit realm, because a lot of us have forgotten we are spiritual beings first. We were in spirit first before we became a part of this. So with recognizing that you are a spiritual being, and there's no such thing as death, it's a transition. You plan to come into this life I can't say you plan to leave out of this life, because if you come into this life and you don't remember those plans, then there's a development stage up towards remembering and knowing and trying to figure out what is your true mission and purpose here in this life. Okay? So, realizing the connection that we have, we may not all become aware of it at the same time, because a lot of us have our own beliefs system and culture that we were taught or experienced or influenced by our community and our environment. So right now, I'm just kind of giving you guys the basics. And then we can go into those things one by one. I have been trying to go into each of these topics or subject matters, lifestyle situations, one by bringing it to you piece by piece. So let me give you a pattern system so that you can see it and then bring it together and figure out ways to balance them out. So yeah, we all have our belief systems. And because of the new paradigm shift, and when I say new paradigm, it may not even be new, it may be something old that has come back into play. And to some of you, you may see it as new because of your level of awareness. Some of you may even recognize it in the energy around you. You might wake up and recognize, wow, I've felt this feeling before. I smelt this smell before. I've heard this sound. And I'm not talking about deja vu. I'm not talking about the French word. I'm saying you've experienced it before. If your human self may not recognize it, it's that spirit being that's becoming more and more in tune, and that's taking over to tune your human and spirit bodies, connecting them both so you can experience it not just from a human point of view, because from a human point of view, you may not even pay attention to it. But now that our spirit cells are being sped up and grown and more encompassing who we are as a human being, we're becoming to notice things that we've never noticed before. And if we noticed them before, we brushed it off. So now that energies and vibrations are shifting, for those who are ready to move forward and upward in energies, we're realizing it. So now that you realize there are some shifts and changes, and someone is here to explain and confirm it to you because she's having the same experiences, you're able to notice things within situation and have a sense of solution. Like you've seen this before, or for some reason you have a knowing of what to do. You know how to heal you now without having to feel like you need to go to someone else and know what's going on with you. You're beginning to know without even read about it. It's like something is channeling or downloading into you naturally. And that is because you're becoming more in tune with the supernatural forces of nature around you. You got to realize you're not only connected with this heavenly body called Earth now, but you're also connected to the heavens, which has probably got you running to the astrology section to see how it connects with you. Being weird is becoming the norm. Remember, for those who are religious, if it has been in your textbook, I'm pretty sure you have heard, those who were first will be last, and those who were last will be first. And the ones who were considered last were mostly those people who were considered weird, strange. So strange and weird is being accepted. I'm not saying psychotic, having psychiatric issues, because that comes with more like a chemical imbalance depending on what you're putting into your body. So let's move on to health, eating, fitness. So even with eating, I came to realize I have to pay attention to what I'm putting into my body, because you are what you eat. So if I'm eating junk, I'm going to be junk. I'm going to think junky, like a junkie. So if in the country you're living in and they are not feeding you and producing foods that is for you, you got to take control. That's also is a part of being authentic, or realizing at some point a certain level of control has to be given back to me. I got to take control and stop listening and letting the media or someone else, a friend, or seeking outside help all the time. There's a level of balance when it comes to interacting. Sometimes it's okay to interact with like-minded others, or with those who you feel you see and feel is doing something right. Like, let me ask them and see if I can relate to it. Because even if you consult with someone that you can relate to, not everything you're going to relate. You're going to kind of tie it in, like right now. You're going to try to see if you can relate and be like, they're going through the same thing. Yes, I feel this person. I'm truly feeling this person. So let me try this out. But at some level within your own awareness and control, you have to still go inside and pay attention to what's going on within you and really see if this is good for you. You got to be your own judge and authority for what's going on with you, even though you're taking advice and listening and paying attention to or comparing yourself. There's a certain level of that has to stop. And you, most of the time, and I got to that point where I can relate and listen to other people, but I'm beginning to realize I need to more go inside and intuitively hear my spirit, my trueness, and what I need for me to speak through and react through me and tap into who I am to be and enjoy doing it the way I like it. Somebody said, well, you should do it this way. No, I don't want to do it that way. I appreciate you. So be aware of what you're fueling your body, because it comes out mentally, emotionally, physically, as well as spiritually. And when I say spiritually, you could be killing your spirit to the point where you have no more spirit and you're just a walking zombie. And you're just existing. Just like them background characters in a movie. You just see them. They don't have a part. They don't have nothing. You just see them walk by. Oh, look at him. Okay, you look good, but he isn't important in the movie. Or she isn't important in the movie. You just see them. But you don't think twice about it, because as the movie go on, your focus is on the storyline and the main characters. Health. There's a certain amount of health, and it's all about balancing your spiritual life, mental, emotional, and physical life, balancing them all. And the purpose, because a lot of people don't want to exercise, they want to get a quick fix, but maybe it's because you don't understand what really keeping the body moving in good health and what you're putting into the body for good health. I get it that some people might need a quick fix to get them on the road, to motivate them more to keep that body that way that they done went and got a quick fix for. Then it's like you become more aware, because sometimes, and I don't want to be judging, some people think in their head that, okay, I'm beginning to realize this excess weight is not good and I need to fix this quick. And once I fix this, I want to get on that path to keeping that body. But even though you're fixing the body, you got to fix the mind, the mental state, the emotional state, the spiritual state, to balance out with your physical state. Because having all of that stuff fixed is not going to work if all the other stuff isn't in balance with that. So you need to tune yourself in, because keeping the body moving with exercise, doing some yoga to stretch and loosen up some limbs and get the energy free flowing, and that's the purpose of yoga and stretching, is to stretch limbs and joints to release blocked energies and to make the body flexible, movable, operable at all times of your life, which helps to prolong the life. And in meditation, you're reminded to take deep breaths in and out, remembering to breathe and tune yourself into who you truly are, which is that spirit being. Having conversations with your spirit being, focusing in and quieting the mind to allow the mind to relax, to have time to allow positive energies to flow in as well as negative energies to flow in and balance itself out. Notice I just didn't say positive energies. You got to balance it out with negative energies, because we are created masculine and feminine, masculine being positive and feminine being negative energies. Not negative as bad, that's not good for me, but those energies allow you to exercise will as well as exercise the energies of bringing the mindset into one and being able to acknowledge both and know that positive and negative can't exist without negative, and negative can't exist without positive. Because sometimes negative is needed as protection. The knowledge of negativity is needed to recognize negative, to protect positive, or to be able to see negative to make sure you can remain in balance with positive and live a harmonized life. And harmony means balance. So what are we balancing? We're balancing positive and negative. And that's just something that we need to realize. So in balancing those, you're balancing your spirit body with your human body, keeping your human body, or this physical state intact, which whatever you're fueling the body with, especially if it's of nature, natural resources, is going to allow your thought patterns to flow healthy, to think clearly, see clearly, and emotionally be able to utilize your emotions properly when needed. And this is going to properly align you to be able to live your life in a balanced in a balanced way where you can get your mission and your purpose. You can get them done. You can handle it. You can have the energy to continue to be productive. Okay, so, which also, when I said with all that eating and keeping, also get out in nature. Excuse me. I have to remember to do that sometimes, but sometimes I get so comfortable being inside, but sometimes you got to step outside of your comfort zone. Being able to step out of your comfort zone. You might say, I hate sales. I'm uncomfortable with it. But sometimes learning about it, getting to know it and understand it, you start to realize in every part of your life, you're selling at some point. Whether you're selling an idea, you're selling a romance novel, a relationship, to get that girl or to get that guy, to get that job, to sell your product, to sell your home, all walks of life. To sell so you can get that loan, you're selling yourself, trying to prove. So sometimes you have to step outside of your comfort zone. I use that example because that was something with me because I hate sales. But now I love it because I'm learning to see it in a different light. So now we come to finances. Learning how to make your money work for you instead of you work for your money. Because money that you see it now, you don't too much see people exchanging dollar bills and coins much anymore. Because really that was just a physical form of something that you already had within you that's being shared. And instead of just sharing it for free, you're sharing it for a fee. Okay? So, also too, in the world of sales, you also have to understand how to grow your money and keep that money working for you. So also in some of my videos, I do my best. I am in the midst of learning even more about financing and how to grow my money, protect my money, create a strategy for a family bank, and strategize a retirement plan, all tax-free. So I'm doing my best, so work with me, bear with me, work with me, okay? As I learn, you learn. When I experience things, I am sharing those experiences for you, whether you've already had them, going through them, or haven't experienced them yet, because we don't know what's to come. Of course, we try not to think about the future. Well, some of you do. Even sometimes I jump over there in the future and I got to jump back to right now and remember things from my past and learn not to repeat some of those things. And those things that benefited me, bring them here and remember them and utilize them so that my goal can meet my needs much better. And our purpose, or let me just say this, we can't become too attached to people, places, and things. Yet, this is all a school of learning. With balancement, half of that we got to be serious. But another half, in knowing that we've been productive and we're doing what we need to do to make what it is we enjoy doing work for us and share it not for free, but for a fee, for survival state. Because also you are surviving because you're learning about yourself. You're learning about the changes in the world, and you're learning to figure out how to survive and incorporate your life within this and to balance it out. So at the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, it's not about vacating or taking a vacation to vacate the home. It's all about just being able to have fun. Because a part of that health is also making sure you get in a balance, enough rest. Did I not say that about health? Make sure, get some rest. And if getting some rest doesn't always mean leaving your home. Because sometimes at the end of the day, you don't want to have fun. You just want to rest. Make sure you get that. And be selfish about your life, your health. So, but also to balance that out with some fun. You're like, Anita, that's a lot of stuff. You're talking about being myself, spirit life, finances. How can I do all of this? Schedule it out. Do it on a weekly basis. Well, this week I want to do this. And when you say for your goal for the week, then you break it down some more. So this day, I'm going to make sure I do this. I got to get this done. I got to make sure I pay my bills. I got to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then within that day, take 10 minutes to pray, to meditate. Take another 30 minutes to do some yoga and some exercise. And then don't overwork yourself. Know when to cut that day off so you can get your rest. And when you see some results from being productive, be like, okay, this made my finances look good. Let me invest this way. Strategize and sit with someone who knows more about it so that I can make my money work for me. So now I got enough money to go to this place so I can have some fun. So it's balancing it out. Have some hobbies, have some extracurricular activities. Sometimes hobbies don't mean going to Jamaica sitting on the beach. That's not a hobby. You just going, of course, you're just resting, you're just chilling. And that's a good thing. But also to keep the mind growing. Work that muscle. Just like you're working the muscles in the body when you work out, work this muscle. So when you see videos of me, when I'm talking about this, and then another video, I'm talking about that, and then another video, I'm like, hold on now. What is she doing? Why don't she have one niche? Well, this is my niche. Lifestyle. The changes in lifestyle, keeping up with shifts that's taking place in our life, releasing ourselves of confusion, healing ourselves. I'm still teaching you to heal yourself through some of my experiences you can relate to. I'm not saying you experience it the way I do. I'm not teaching you to think like me. I just want you to think. Taking back responsibility and authority for your life. Do you want to live in chaos? Why is there so much chaos? Because we've let others tell us how to live our life. We've let others tell us what to put into our bodies. And even though we're living our life, I'm not saying, every day I'm going to do this. Sometimes you gotta shift it. You gotta switch it up. It's not all about staying the same and being a robot. Sometimes you gotta step out of character and switch it up. Well, okay, even though I said today I was going to do this, and I've been doing this on this day every week, or I've been doing this every day, let me switch it up next week. And yeah, I do that. It's okay to switch it up. Don't feel guilty. I read through my little phone something, little pop-up thing, and it said the way to avoid temptation is to get into it. And I get it, because sometimes and that little quote came at the right time, because I was like, darn, it's 7:00 and I don't usually eat. Well, sometimes I will eat. I don't usually eat after 7. It's getting close to 8:00, but I'm hungry. And I'm tempted to go in there and eat. Well, if you're hungry, if that's the temptation your body's giving you, you hungry, go and give into it. Maybe your body is not tempting you to do something bad, but maybe it's something extra your body needs. And sometimes your body will tempt you to want to do it. I'm not saying tempt you to smoke a cigarette and stuff like that. But if you need to get it out of your system, and one smoke, you haven't smoked in 1,000 years, maybe that one smoke will help you get through and be like, okay, now I'm really done. But are you really done? Don't make them temptations an excuse to keep allowing yourself to be tempted. We understand and overstand that you're making steps. So sometimes you may have to give into those temptations to release the guilt in your mind, because sometimes you're like, I feel guilty if I do it. Release the guilt. You get, okay, I'm gonna get into this temptation. Accept responsibility for the actions that you're making. That's all. Just take responsibility. You're doing it. Dang. I didn't want to make this video that long, but I'm just trying to tell y'all making it more than what it is. Come on now, slow down, stop it. So, I kind of, broke this stuff down just to let you know how I'm bringing stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I just stop feeling guilty, because if you give into the temptation, okay, you gave into it, like today, I just didn't feel like working out today. I usually work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But, I have gotten into a routine of switching it up. Sometimes I'm like, okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Friday. I miss Monday. And even if I work out twice that week, hey, I gotta pay attention to what I'm eating. If I'm not burning as much as I'm eating, then I gotta know, okay, Anita, because sometimes when I don't work out, I don't be as hungry, because eating working out makes you more hungry. Okay? Now, some people say depression makes them more hungry, they become eaters or whatever, but it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. And it also depends on maybe some kind of trauma or trigger you experience. The reason why you feel like when you get depressed, you gotta eat, and you gotta heal that. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. And I'm gonna tell you something else about me. I might speak on people and say, oh, so-and-so breaths. I experienced, you talking about her? Yeah, I was around her, her breath stank, but just me telling the truth. But I don't want to keep on dwelling on her breath stinking, like, ha, 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 her breath stink. Yeah, it stank, ha, ha, ha. But that's enough about that. Did you let her know her breath stank? Because I have been. So, all right, good people, my kin folks. All right, I got to go, because I can only give y'all but so much of my time. I don't need y'all pulling on my energy. Hey, I'm about balancing it out. Sometimes I can be around y'all. Sometimes I gotta get away. I gotta have some time to myself and love on some me. All right, and that's all I gotta say. All right. So again, subscribe if you find this information beneficial. Share this video if you find that somebody else can utilize this information in this video. You know what I'm saying? And when I say subscribe, so you can receive more videos like this. Because it's finna be on and popping, because Anita is learning, okay? I'm learning how to be able to assist you and understand certain things. I'm bringing a service. I may not always bring a product. But if you want to know more about what I do in my life, that's why I say comment. Comment below. I'm not asking for some ideas, but if it's something y'all want to know, ask me. Tell me. Don't mean I'm going to always do it. I might answer you depending on what kind of questions. Because if I reply to stupid questions, what does that make me? Because I answer, I'm stupid. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, y'all take care. All right, peace. Oh yeah, I just want y'all to see. Yeah, I'm doing, this is what they call what kind of hairstyles. Gosh, my mind just go blank, because told my sister what kind of hairstyle this was. It's like one of those free flowing, just a hairstyle, just to more a relaxed day kind of hairstyle. It's not something I'm going to go outside. You see, I'm kind of fresh faced today. I don't know. I don't wear makeup, but I mean, when I say more fresh face, only thing that you might see me is I might darken my eyebrows, and I guess because of the lighting, you can't really see. I might just kind of like shade them in a little bit, but that's about it. And my eyelashes. But but today I am au natural. But thank you all for joining me, Ken folks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed and stay loved. Stay loving yourself.